Get started this morning. I want to welcome everyone to Commissioners Court on this November 20th, 2018. Thanks for coming out and being a part of the county's business today. If we could, with Nathan Harrington, please come and lead us in prayer. McCann will lead us in the pledge. Please rise.
Our most gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for the blessings you've bestowed upon us. Lord, we thank you for all of those that are gathered here with us. We ask you that you be with them as they sit and as they leave with us. Lord, be with them. Lord, we thank you. Forgive us of our sins. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
We do have a quorum today, so I want to call this meeting to order. Item 1 on our agenda, consider and take action on minutes from previously held meeting of Commissioners Court on November 6, 2018. Are there any questions about the minutes, additions, or deletions?
Hearing none, Judge, I move we accept the minutes as presented for the Commissioners Court regular session of November the 6th.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion by Commissioner Giesland, second by Commissioner McCann to approve the minutes of November 6th. Item 2, consider and take action to approve minutes from IT meeting on July 11th, 2018 for filing purposes only. Commissioner McKinney.
Judge, as it said, this was July the 11th, and discussion on the generator that we're talking about for the IT room.
Right.
Basically covers everything that we did that meeting.
Okay. Any questions for Commissioner?
Could you explain to me what the OCR issue is about? I realize OCR is optical character recognition, but I mean, why is there a $20,000? Is this some special thing that we're asking from Tyler Technology?
Of course, I don't have the minutes in front of me. Automatically OCR everything that went into the system. So we got a price pertaining to that, and they decided after they got that price that they didn't need the automatic OCR into the system.
Because I thought there was a setting we could do so that everything was
OCR, it's just not automatic.
Okay. So it was, I don't know if the minutes are correct, Commissioner. It says, you mentioned the generator, because I was confused because it reads, our AC unit is 3-phase only, so a single-phase generator would work okay. That's kind of a oxymoron. There's a single phase unit in there that we added so that if we bought a single phase generator, the backup air conditioner, if the main chiller failed, the smaller unit, and it's been heat tested that you turn the other one off and it would handle it for an extended period of time. It was just a typo in the minutes.
Yes, sir.
There was the sentence before that when there was the Suddenlink outage. Basically, it states that when that is done, is there any congestion created on incoming 911 if we're using some of that capacity?
No, sir. Basically, the way we have it set up now is if there's a failure with the PRI that's delivered over the fiber, the backup lines, which are whatever the phone number would be directed those phones over that copper.
Oh, okay.
So they're going to basically, I'm sorry, to the console.
To the console, to the dispatch console.
Right, so the other agencies can actually direct them to that.
Okay. So it's really, it's not, yeah, you could say it's 911, but it's actually the dispatch lines. Oh, it is.
So it comes into the same console, so it can be recorded through the same 911.
Gotcha.
console.
Okay. I have no further questions, Judge.
Thanks, Commissioner. You want to make a motion?
Yes.
McKinney, second by Commissioner Giesland to move, to approve for filing purposes only the minutes of the IT meeting July 11th, 2018. All those in favor? Item 3, consider and take action to board.
Okay, we have total for Henderson County for 51,935 registered voters. November turnout was 29,969, which is that's a percentage of 2,598. Early voting voters, 16,232. Election day voters, 8,139. That's a total of 26,900. Accepted for early voting was 4, rejected was 46. Accepted for election day was 25. And rejected was 200, and limited, the total limited was 90.
Good. Very good. Questions for Jenny?
Did you get a good night's sleep afterwards?
I think so. I didn't get a good night's sleep last night because I had to be in front of y'all.
Oh, you never have to worry about that. Giesland's the only main one up here.
I would be nice, but I did state that I wouldn't ask any questions. 51,935 registered voters in Henderson County. That's about a 10,000 increase from the last election, is it not?
It is. We had a lot of people.
I guess I was a little bit surprised that I thought we might have hit greater than 60% with the influx of new voters, but I guess after everything is said and done, it was a pretty smooth election. The department for basically showing up all our contiguous counties and getting our results on our website pretty much as quick as it happened. Even beat Henderson County now, and boy, that's sometimes hard to do. So good job by all, and that you just shared with us through this process is the amount of provisional votes. I always like to say, and probably not politically,
We're also not registered.
or also not
We're
registered.
registered after the deadline.
Right.
So.
Because, you know, I hear all the time we keep changing where people vote, and I keep pointing out that we haven't changed where people vote since 2011. Henderson County voted at the same location. There was one small change, I guess, over in Precinct 2, but their precinct didn't change. It was just the actual voting location. Isn't that correct, Commissioner McKinney? But all the other ones have stayed exactly the same. We really need to start taking seriously, and that is voting centers, so that all voters can vote anywhere. And the only hold in that regard has been to ensure that we have good internet connections so that the poll books are updated. And the county should make a strong push moving to voting centers. And probably then everyone can say they don't know where to vote, because we'll probably close a few voting locations, but they don't need to know where to vote as long as they can find.
That's true. That'll take the provisional ballots from voting in the wrong location to just mistakes about their eligibility.
That would be correct. The only provisional ballots that we should really have is, like you just said, Judge, is those that really are not red questions or comments.
Also, on behalf of the elections office, we want to thank everybody that helped us, Commissioner McCann, Commissioner Giesland, everybody that helped us with our absentee ballots. We had to reprint.
Okay. Well, very good. Very good job, Jenny. Any other questions? If they're not, court will entertain a motion to canvass the votes for November 6, 2018 general election. Second by Commissioner Giesland to canvass the November 6, 2018 general election votes for Henderson County. All those in favor?
Is there any truth to the rumor that the reason Ms. Hernandez isn't here today is she's gone down to Florida to assist? She, because ours went so smooth, she was asked to go down and help.
I guarantee she'd stir them up if she got down there.
No doubt about that.
Item 4, consider and take action on a resolution accepting the election results in the sales tax in ESD number 6. And this is basically just a sales tax election within the ESD number 6 boundaries. Anyone have any questions about this?
Oh, I have a comment. As far as I'm concerned, this particular, this was put on the ballot, brought to us to vote on putting it on the ballot. They had the signatures. We have no recourse.
Right.
Whether we, by law, we have to allow it to be placed on the ballot if they have sufficient signatures to do so.
That's correct.
So it was placed on the ballot. The voters voted 543 voted for, 255 were against. By signing this resolution, it looks to me like the Commissioner's Court is the one that's imposing this sales tax, which is not the case. This sales tax is being imposed by the board members of ESD number 6. They're the ones that.
Yep.
I mean,
Is this something we have to sign?
It's one of those statutes. I mean, the reason we have the resolution is the elections code actually says Commissioners Court shall pass a resolution accepting the votes. It even tells what's in. I drafted the resolution. It even tells you what has to be in a resolution, the dollar amount of the sales tax increase and all of that. And it's one of those that says we shall adopt the resolution and send it to the state comptrollers within 10 days of the canvass of the votes of the election. So that's why you have the resolution. You know, it's one of those, and as y'all know, some of y'all, that Commissioner Hall would always just refuse to vote on those. I don't know what would ever happen if the Commissioner's Court as a majority just refused to say we're going to follow state law. My guess is you could end up being sued by ESD for not following what the law is. And again, Commissioner, I don't know why I disagree with anything you said, why the legislature comes back and says we shall do this versus why not the ESD board send them the same resolution with the same information to the comptroller's office so they can enact the tax. I don't know.
The only difference in your analogy and in this county, and when Commissioner Hall was on the court, he always voted against them because of his beliefs. But after they passed, there was never a resolution that came back to the court that said, Berkshires, you shall sell alcohol, beer. That's what makes this different, because it looks like we're the ones that is imposing this 1.75 tax.
Like I said, I understand your arguments.
Thanks, Clint.
Sorry, Judge.
No, I mean, I understand your consternation. It's one of the many things we have to do that doesn't make sense. But with that, to accept the elections results of the voters of Emergency Service District number 6, yes, adopting a sales tax in ESD number 6, and we do have a resolution that we do have to sign.
Judge, I have one question.
Yeah.
Set a sales tax for itself being half a cent back in the 80s, and Henderson County chose not to do that. The municipalities around chose to, another statute came forth legislates if the county did not accept it. This 1.75, is it fall within the cities as well? Because my question being, if 1.75 fits in unincorporated areas, if it hits in a municipality, if you've had a city that's already collected it, and the only one I could think of maybe Chandler, that would be collecting the 50 if that 175 is even fully able. I don't know if this ESD reaches all the way over to Chandler. It may not. I guess a better way to put it, any cities in the city.
Boundaries of
Okay.
that ESD. So I think it would apply to municipalities that are within the ESD.
Okay. Okay, I don't believe any of those have an economic
And every
development.
voter that would have been in that ESD would
Okay.
have been allowed to vote on this.
Okay, that
It's just within the ESD number 6.
Understood within the ESD, my,
5%, you wouldn't be able to do this.
well, that's,
So probably the city wasn't collecting. I mean, the little municipality wasn't collecting it, I imagine.
okay.
It
I
doesn't
don't
reach,
believe there's any cities in the boundaries of this ESD.
it doesn't reach all the way to Chandler.
Right, doesn't reach Chandler, but Brownsville is it?
I think that's the right
The
one
dark
on the
pink.
map back there.
Oh, okay. West side?
Yeah.
This is west side now.
Okay. Questions, Nick? The aspects, you look at the
Yeah,
past on this court, we don't
do this.
we don't do it at all, but the law's forcing us to,
Right.
in my opinion, to take steps. And as much as it pains me to go ahead, the public did vote on it. So
Yeah.
I make a motion we approve.
By Commissioner McKinney, second with great concern. Commissioner McCann. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries 3-1.
And I will state again, have gone through economic,
Second page.
hard times. And we didn't raise 288 people voted, proposed by a board of ESD commissioners, that our signature goes on a document. And that is why I cannot sign this. We worked so hard to maintain. And someone who doesn't understand the laws of the state of Texas will see that we passed a 1.75 sales tax.
And again, I'm not disagreeing with anything, but I will say that if you were to the authority for Henderson County, Texas, they don't want to see Joe Blow sitting in a resolution saying, add 2% sales tax to this ESD. So in essence, what you guys are doing, in my opinion, by sending this resolution, is confirming and acknowledging that we did the request, we did it in accordance with all of the laws of the state of Texas, and you're kind of canvassing the votes to the comptroller's office that these were the official results of that election. Here are the numbers, and that way the state of Texas gets something official from the authority of this county, and not somebody from.
I understand, and that is a good explanation.
Okay. Item 5, consider and take action on resolution approving and authorizing a property tax abatement agreement in the jurisdiction of Henderson County. And this is a continuation of our tax abatement for biomerics. And this is our final thing we have to do.
I am confused, because I pulled the two documents up from the one last week and the one this week, and
It should be the same.
yes, I spent a lot of time reading both documents. Sign it different this week so I can see a difference in these two documents. I just don't understand.
Because once we have, actually what last week really was your proposed agreement that you were in anticipation of entering, because by state law, we have to provide every taxing entity or taxing jurisdiction. So we sent a copy to Trinity Valley and every other school enter into into, and it's got to be the exact agreement. We couldn't do that ahead of time, and you remember last time we met, we still had to affix the percentages and all that. I mean, we kind of had the form, but we had to affix the percentages, and there was some other tweaks, I think, in the language that were made. And we have to mail that out, which Renee has done, and she sends those by certified mail right after court. That now we're coming back today, and we are officially adopting this agreement and accepting. But you're right, it is the exact same agreement that you've already approved, but that's why you have to, in essence, do it twice.
Well, in the future, hopefully we don't have too many of these in the future, but in the future, one that says proposed, and we stamp that on the documents that we signed last week. And this document, when it hit our agenda packet, it says final or adopted, so that it's clear. We'll end up not knowing why we did it twice in case our county attorney isn't available. So.
And again, you want to talk about state laws, this is another area, as you guys know, that school taxes cannot be abated by state law. So this agreement, regardless of what you're required to give them 7 days notice of us actually executing this agreement. I wonder in the entire state of Texas if there's ever been a school district that came in and objected to a county abating, because again, it doesn't affect it, can't affect them by law. So again, I don't know why it is.
In Austin for a few days every other year, and they can concoct all these things to push on us to do. I have no other comments, Judge, except for my stamp proposal.
I understand.
That is proposed and adopt stamps from Office Depot.
Court will entertain a motion to take action on a resolution approving and authorizing property tax abatement agreement in the jurisdiction of Henderson County, Texas for.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion by Commissioner Giesland, second by Commissioner McCann to approve the resolution authorizing a property tax abatement for Biomerics. All those in favor? Item 6, consider and take action on an interlocal agreement for Harvest Garden at the Henderson County Regional Fair Park. Bob and Spencer.
Of Ag and Natural Resources for Henderson County. Just kind of wanted to come to y'all this morning and give you a little bit of background on where we are today with the Harvest Garden. As you well know, I've been in Henderson County just a tick over a year now. Enjoyed every moment of it. Good group of people here in Henderson County, and been enjoyed working on agricultural topics and concerns. And it seems in my short tenure here that the need for education for edible landscapes and edibles in the many homes that we have here in Henderson County. I know we have a large group of people moving into Henderson County urban area and wanting to build a house and a home site and be able to raise some of their own food. And so I have a horticulture committee called the Henderson County Master Gardeners. They provide several different educational programs throughout the year pertaining to horticulture, and then have a few demonstration gardens to our board there with the Henderson County Master Gardeners. And they've come up with a great idea of putting together what we've named the Harvest Garden, about 100 by 110 area with several different either raised beds for vegetables and fruit trees and so forth, and be able to provide education up and then for many years to come on the yearly tasks that it takes to grow your own food. So that's kind of our background and where we come up with the Harvest Garden. And then after the Harvest Garden, we were looking at locations, and we brought up the Fair Park and thought it might be able to speak on their behalf this morning.
Bob Myers, Chairman of the Henderson County Fair Park Board. When Spencer brought the concept to the board, initially the board was in favor of it. Some of the board members felt that we needed a formal agreement to make sure that it was a clear understanding of attorney. Clint drew up this agreement. We've made minor modifications as far as names, addresses, and that was it. The three things that we wanted to make sure were in the agreement. Number one, the original concept was for 100 by 110 area with the possibility of doubling that. The board did not want to limit can be increased with both boards' approval. Secondly, that they would be responsible for all the cost involved in improvements. We had an existing building located on that drive that was actually abandoned by the previous auction group. They're already discussing, if funds become available, having us remove that building and then building a more permanent structure there. So these were the things the board was concerned about, and these are all included in the agreement. And then once the agreement was formally drafted by Clint, then we took it back to the board, and the board finally adopted it for signature.
How large is our Master Gardener group?
You know, it fluctuates. Right now, our new trainee class that they'll actually graduate in the beginning of December, we have 14 new members that will be added this year, and that'll bring our total to right for Henderson County.
Do you teach that class every semester?
No, sir, it's just once a year in the fall time.
Have they planted anything yet?
No, sir.
You didn't bring a picture of that concept, did you?
Show it to anyone interested. It's been on many, I guess, news outlets, as well as it's on our Henderson County Master Gardener Association's website. So you can Google Henderson County Master Gardeners and find that website pretty easily. And that picture that you're speaking.
I have no issues with it. I just think the process is a little bit upside down. The board signed this on October the 29th under advice from the county attorney. I couldn't attend. I apologize because we had a workshop scheduled in this room on a totally different issue, and I couldn't make it. I just think maybe we should have done this before we had the photo op at the Fair Park. It just seems a little meeting that I attended back in, I think when you brought it there, it was September or so, wasn't it?
Maybe even earlier than that.
Yeah, it was August or September.
Yes.
Yeah, and you had the drawings then. I thought it was a great idea, still do. I just think this is kind of like zoning, filing purposes only, correct?
Well, actually, we're just approving the agreement.
Okay.
Duly noted, we'll be sure and get everything in order, make sure we plant the plants before we try to harvest.
That'd be a good plan.
Yeah, but education's doing you well, buddy.
He's talking, boy.
He
Don't
is.
blame that on A&E.
Very good. Well, we sure appreciate you guys coming today.
Thank you all for y'all's support.
You bet. For a harvest garden at the Henderson County Regional Fair Park with the Master Gardeners.
I'll make that motion.
That motion by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner McKinney to the Henderson County Fair Park and Harvest Garden, which is part of the Master Gardeners Association here in Henderson County. All those in favor? Office to enter into an interlocal agreement with LaPorter ISD to furnish a school resource deputy. Sheriff, if you would.
Sir, good morning, Court.
Good morning.
This is basically the exact same agreement that we entered into with Crossroads a couple of weeks ago. The court approved and did send a signed agreement on their behalf, and they're wanting us to furnish them a school resource deputy, and they pay 80%, and the county picks up the 20%, and that deputy will be working for me year-round, and then during...
Okay. Questions for Sheriff?
I believe you said it. This is identical to the Crossroads contract.
Yeah.
I mean, the bottom line is the 80% number, 50,956.
Okay. Who signs this?
with the judge's authorization to sign, please.
Very good. All right. Any other questions?
No
Thanks,
other
Sheriff.
questions, Judge.
With that, court will entertain a motion to approve an interlocal agreement with the Henderson County Sheriff's Office.
So moved, Judge.
I'll second the motion.
A motion by Commissioner Giesland, second by Commissioner McCann, to approve the interlocal agreement between Henderson County and LaPorter ISD for a Item 8, consider and take action on a resolution approving the application for the,
This is our renewal for fiscal year 19.
and this is for the indigent defense
Yes.
money that we get a little bit of.
Every year.
You know about what it is this year?
I haven't gotten the award letter. I know last year we got 23.
Do you think it's going to be more than that?
I hope it's about the same.
Yeah, that's about the best we could hope for.
Oh my, they, cut it in the last legislative session.
Well, that's right. I mean, or at least in Austin, they realized inflation is going down. Of course, it's the only place in the state it's going down, but,
Yeah,
and in 2016, they had an idea that it was going down, but they only dropped it. They felt, I don't know, guilt, and then they gave us $98,000. But this year they gave us $72,000, which is less than what they gave us back in 15 and 16. How special it is. And Marie, how's the state reimbursement that they forced us to do? I think they call that in Texas Association of Counties a
Unfunded mandate.
unfunded mandate. There, ladies and gentlemen, is the definition, the true definition of unfunded mandate. As our costs go up and up and up, we're over $1 million a year of taxpayers' money for indigent and CPS defense.
The state of Texas doesn't have a property tax, does it?
Oh, absolutely
But
not.
it uses all the local property taxes. for
Oh,
state
that's what I've heard.
yeah.
I'll quit there.
Oh, but we're the ones that impose it.
Yes.
Oh, and they tell the chief appraiser he must appraise at 100% market value. So,
I think-
if the tax values are going up, sir, that would indicate that there's inflation.
Yeah.
If they gave us in this particular category in 2015 and 16, and now they're going to give us less again this year, more than likely. Did you get all that for the record? Okay.
You may have to repeat that later.
I'll be more than happy. I have my soapbox in the very much for your report.
Thanks, Letitia. I know it's a troubling situation. But
For the
with-
taxpayers.
Yeah, but we better get what we can get. This is better than zero. 2019.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner McKinney, second by Commissioner Giesland to approve the indigent defense grant for next year. All those in favor?
That was with the judge's authorization to
Motion to
sign.
sign, yeah. We had to include that.
Yes. Of course.
Action to accept a donation of a one Dell, how do you pronounce that, Giesland?
It's Perion.
Esperion 3670 computer from the Public Library Fund.
It's okay. Michelle Zian.
Yeah, Michelle, excuse us.
The Public Library Fund has purchased a computer. It's intended to be for staff use. With this computer, the 3 full-time library employees will each have a designated computer. And of course, we would like to work closely with IT over the life of the computer. So we're asking that the board accept this.
I guess,
No questions.
very good. We like a donation up here.
On behalf of the court, I would like for you to extend our thanks and gratitude to the PLF, the Public Library Fund, for this donation.
Thank
Very good.
That was not a question
For you.
It is, sir.
Good.
Thank you, Michelle.
Why don't you make the motion?
I move that we accept the donation from the Public Library Fund of a Dell 3670 computer.
Giesland, second by Commissioner McCann, to accept a donation of a computer from the Public Library Fund. All those in favor? Thank you. Item 10, consider and take action to accept a donation of 3 large round bales of hay to the Henderson County here today.
No, sir, I don't think so. It was hay that, they're wanting to donate to utilize it to line the, dog houses and, cover mud spots, on the facility there.
Okay, very good. Okay, very good. Any other questions for Jennifer? No questions, court. Entertain a motion to accept the donation of 3 round bales of hay to the Henderson County Animal Shelter.
So move.
Second.
3 round bales for the animal shelter. All those in favor? Thank you.
Judge, if I could, would like for the court's, or for the public's advocation that you understand that under state statute, we have to go through this process to accept 3 rolls of hay.
Yep, that's correct.
But if it's a small monetary value, thanks to the county attorney, they can draw off a dog blanket or something like that, and we don't have to run that through court.
I think that's based on the policy that you guys have approved.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. It all comes down to the monetary value.
That's correct.
Thank you, Judge.
Item 11, consider and take action on a request from Precinct 4 for fill dirt to be used in the construction of a children's terrace at the East Texas Arboretum.
The East Texas Arboretum, they're working with the Athens Rotary Club, as well as a proprietor of Earth and Stone out on 31 to construct this children's terrace at the Arboretum. We have some fill dirt available, and I'm running this through court to get the authorization to deliver 2 dump truck loads, 24 yards to.
Any questions for Commissioner? Going to make a motion, Commissioner?
I'll move that Precinct 4 provide the hauling service of 2 loads of fill dirt to the East Texas Arboretum to assist in the construction of the
McCann to provide 2 loads of fill dirt for the East Texas Arboretum. All those in favor? Thank you. Item 12, consider and take action to reappoint 3 members to the 1st, 2020, located in Precinct 4. Commissioner?
Yes, the 3 members of ESD number 3, their terms are expiring on the 31st of December this year. That's Joe Burgamy, Larry Dunn, and Alan Terrell. All 3 have that term would expire, as you said, Judge, December the 31st, 2020.
Okay. Questions for Commissioner?
If there are no questions, I move that we appoint 3 members, Joe Burgamy, Larry Dunn, and Alan Terrell, for an additional term, serving on 20.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion by Commissioner Giesland, second by Commissioner McCann, to appoint 3 members to the Henderson County ESD number 3 Board of Commissioners for a 2-year term. All those in favor? Good. 13, consider and take action to appoint a member to the ESD number 3 Board of Commissioners, replacing an unexpired term ending December 31st, 2019, located in Precinct 4. Commissioner?
Yes, a few months ago, Bill Casey, Secretary of Months, the board has been, along with myself, looking for a replacement. John McMakin has agreed to serve on ESD number 3. Therefore, I'm asking the Court of Commissioners to fill the unexpired term of Bill Casey ending December the 31st, 2019.
Questions for Commissioner?
To ESD 3 Board of Commissioners to fill the unexpired term of Bill Casey ending December 31st, 2019.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion by Commissioner Giesen, second by Commissioner McCann to appoint a member. Item 14, receive financial reports. Thank you, sir. We have a financial report from JP Precinct 2. This will be available in the JP 2.
Thank you, Judge.
You bet. Item 15, consider and take action on payroll distributions and accounts cash sheet. Thank you, Mike. Item 16.
We have one contract, Judge.
We have one, I believe we do have one Public Works contract, or Pub Works contract.
Pub Works.
Are you familiar with this one, Jennifer? Okay.
There was a workshop held on this particular product.
Okay.
I'll rephrase that. It's Road and Bridge tracking software. There was a workshop held the same time as the Master Gardener's grand opening, ribbon cutting. I believe Commissioner McKinney, this was...
Got approval of the IT committee as far as not having issue with the product on the network and recommended the product to the court.
Okay. So it was approved by the IT committee.
Yes.
Needless to say, I think all the members of the court have reviewed all of the documents. Packet, Judge.
Yes.
Which requires your signature.
Yes. Going to go ahead and make the motion.
I move that we enter the agreement for the computer software PubWorks, which is divided amongst each precinct or a cost of $4,750 per precinct.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion by Commissioner Giesen, second by Commissioner McCann to, all those in favor? With the county judge's authorization to sign.
Thank you, Judge. As a point of reference for the public, Road and Bridge is using a piece of software currently. It's several years old, and the company has gone out of business by the name of Precinct Tracker. I believe it's 4 counties, 5 counties, including one like Ellis County and Collin County. They have switched already. They went through the bid process, counties already. Sort of the direction that those that were on Precinct Tracker is going. We're not breaking new ground here. They have a strong track record in those other counties. And matter of fact, Collin County went through the bid process.
Very good.
Kaufman County, Montgomery County, multiple.
Very good.
Carnes.
Item 17, consider and take action on request for right-of-way permits. Thank you. Anyone have any questions for Anne Marie about the budget amendments?
On the first one, steps have been made to ensure that we won't have an issue that we have to.
We're going to have the taxing entities to send a certified copy of their rate to us.
Okay.
Is one of the measures that we need.
I'm sorry.
Copy of their tax rate to us. We have 33 taxing entities that we collect for. So we'll have each one of those send us a document with their,
Oh, I'm sorry.
They don't do that now?
I don't believe so.
Well, how do we determine what their tax rate is?
But we have a list of all the tax rates.
Well, I mean, I can understand, I did a little research on the issue, but, it's pretty understandable to me. If we have to go out and research various entities of what they did in their commissioner's course, what the Trinity Valley Community College has on top is the rate that tax office had on the bills.
Mm-hmm.
The second one down is what they actually approved. It wasn't what the notice said. But it was pretty easy to understand. I don't understand how the appraisal district was able to get it right. I still go back to my earlier comment that if the appraisal district and tax assessor collector was on the same software, mistakes like this probably wouldn't happen because they're talking to one another rather than this adversarial situation that we have.
Good point.
My second question is on page 2. Is the description on the second to the bottom one, is that a leftover description or?
No, that's correct. I was given the wrong number, account number to put that to, but.
That was my question as well. I was thrown off.
I have no more questions.
Are there any other questions?
No, I don't think so, Judge.
Second.
A motion by Commissioner McKinney, second by Commissioner McCann to approve the budget amendments as presented. All those in favor? Item 19,
The first one I have this morning is the October sales tax in the amount of $488.59.
any questions about the sales tax? If there are none, the court would entertain a motion to pay the sales tax for this week.
Oh,
this
so
month.
moved.
McKinney to pay the sales tax. All those in favor? Okay.
I just have a comment, when you look at of the $488, $429 of that came from the Fair Park. It shows how much business they do at the Fair Park.
Good.
$57.27.
Commissioner McKinney, you have any questions?
No, sir.
Commissioner McCann?
I have none.
Commissioner Giesling?
I don't know. Comments possibly. CPS, we're okay overall.
Well, we'll have to move it from contingency.
Yeah.
There's plenty of money.
All right. Sure looks like autopsies are higher this year than in the past. Not sure what's driving that. I was under the $960 refund for early tax roll submission to net data. I was under the impression it was $1,200. Is it prorated?
I would have to pull in one.
All right. I was just curious. I'd been. Let's see. I'm sure I have something else. Oh yes, I have something for Judge Sanders. The increase on the courthouse on the sprinkler system, is that my fault?
It's your fault, yeah.
It's those pots in a lot. Okay.
We turned.
We've gotta do something. $364 is just too much to water that St. Augustine and the 4 pots.
That's right.
I will talk to Keep Athens Beautiful, and maybe we can have during the Christmas. Sheriff's Department. This is good news, bad news. Ladies and gentlemen, pay attention here. Sheriff's Department from Atmos during the month of October. They spent $5,400 plus $6,800 for electricity. Add those together, it's $14,000 for electric, and have the front runner here, which I understand the city's thinking about raising the rates again on water. $16,295. Ladies and gentlemen, did you ever think you would see the day that to run a jail, it would cost us more for water? I'm sorry, Judge, I give you a hard time about the flower pots.
Especially when it's your fault.
And it's my fault. And I'm just happy that we didn't have to put lights on them.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
and I would be able to do the comparison of the sprinklers to the lights on the...
Those lights ourselves.
$16,295 for water in 1 month at the jail, more than we're spending on gas and electric.
That's pretty bad.
It's terrible. And the rate's going up. So I've been told.
With that, court would entertain a motion to pay the bills for this 2-week period in the amount of $503,857.27.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner McKinney, second by...
I mean, remember, Judge, the City of Athens only pays $48,000 a year for all the water they can pump out of Lake Athens.
That's right. That's exactly right. We pay for that about every 3 months.
Yeah, that's a pretty good flat rate, don't you think?
Yep. Item 20, okay. Commissioner McKinney, you want to start?
Yes, sir, Judge Court, this is a replat and subdivision called the Bluffs. It's actually taking a part that was reserved for future growth and dividing it up. It's taking 1.9 lots, ranging in size from 1.1 acres all the way up to 6 acres. Meets all of our specifications, has all stamps, approvals. Hearing none, Judge, I move that we approve for filing purposes only.
Second this motion.
We have a motion by Commissioner McKinney, second by Commissioner Giesman to approve the plat in the Bluffs with the change. All those.
Well, mine's a little bit different. I have almost all the stamps. This is a simple replat combining 2 lots, creating 1 large lot of 6.23 acres, referred to as Lot 10A. This particular subdivision is north of County Road 4700 on County Road 4705. I have the survey map. I have the stamp by 911. I also have the paid tax certificates, and the fees have been submitted to the county clerk's office. I apologize to the court thing if it wasn't to help a constituent. Here's the issue. They have a closing date scheduled for 11/27. We do not have court next Tuesday. They will miss their closing. But we have spoken with Joey Kimbrough. She doesn't think there's a problem. And ladies and gentlemen, or commissioners, you can come over here and take a look at this. During the 100 inches rain we had back in 2015, I will swear that there was no flooding whatsoever in this particular area. That it is in a floodplain, because I can assure you it is not.
Sure.
Joy has agreed to sign the plat on Monday when she gets back. I would propose we approve it for filing purposes only, hold it for the judge's signature on Monday.
Very good.
Okay. I move that we approve the replatting in the Oak Hill subdivision of lots 10 and 11 to 10A, making that a 6.2.
Motion.
We have a motion by Commissioner Giesman, second by Commissioner McKinney to approve the replat in the Oak Hill.
Oak Hill Estates, yes.
Oak Hill Estates. All those in favor?
Thank you, Court. I appreciate your type situation.
We need to help the constituents when we can.
In 8 years, I've never done that before, so.
Yeah. Item 21, open and consider bids.
All I need to do is find out whether the court as a whole would like to extend the 2016 bulk fuel bid, or if you guys would like to rebid it.
This is the last extension on that bid.
One more after this.
One more.
Class.
Okay. I don't have an issue with extending this. I don't know about
I
y'all.
don't have a problem with it.
I don't have a problem.
Okay. Somebody make a motion.
Judge, I make the motion that we extend another term on our fuel, our bulk fuel bid.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion by Commissioner McKinney, second by Commissioner McCann, to extend our bulk fuel bid, I guess the 1st of January 2019 to the end of December 31st, 2019. All those in favor? Got everything signed up, Commissioner?
Yes, sir.
Court will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner McKinney, second by Commissioner McCann to adjourn. All those in favor? I do want, it's very, I guess it's hard to say, but we're in mourning for our Commissioner, Precinct 1, Ken Hayes, November 6, 2018. I believe he only missed 2 court meetings before he passed away, which shows a determination and a work ethic. Everyone would think about his family and pray for their peace and understanding at this difficult time.